Hello, everyone, and welcome again to another episode of Light Guidance Live for Nine, where I go for 9 minutes about hopefully something that's information that's interesting and of use to you. Currently reading this wonderful book, and it's very, very informative and very interesting. One of my practices that feel free to adopt. It would be great. I would feel absolutely honored and privileged if I could have some small little bit of impact or usefulness in your life. I'd try to read 10 pages a day of some sort of book that's going to give me more knowledge and become more efficient, more useful, more vibrant, happier in my own life. So this has been a good book. In this book this morning, I learned that across all human beings, regardless of the society, the culture, where at in the world it is, every one of us has 8 emotions. And if you think about it, it doesn't really seem like that many, and I suppose it's not. And oddly enough, 7 of them have a sort of a low impact of emotional energy or, in the moment or strength, and then they have the high side of it. 3 of these emotions are considered positive or good or perhaps ideal or what we seek or what we would choose, and then 5 are just the opposite. The 3, and at the baseline, the sort of steady state is a good emotion is caring. It's very nice to care. To take it to the extreme, it's love. So we go from caring, it's like, yeah, I care about that too. I love that. So, you get your arc, the intensity of the emotion, it goes, through that scale. The next one is interest, which, that could be interesting, I'll check that out. And then there's excitement, which, you're excited about that, right? You've just whipped it up to a whole nother level. And the next one is enjoyment. And I enjoy doing, these little videos with you. It's a good time. And then there's joy, and that is just the absolute feeling that just permeates you. It's like, wow, this came out great. I was able to share some information. Some people said they got a lot of value from it. Just joy, wow. So those are the top 3, and it actually seems like 6, but they're sort of the same, between the mellow and then the extreme of that emotion. And every day and every moment, we have a choice, and we feel these emotions coming on. We feel like, we're going along, maybe we see a beautiful butterfly, a great sunset. We see, a pretty bird that happens to be singing some song for us. We see the smile in a child at play. We see our puppy happy to see us. We see, our cat that is inquisitive and doing what it does, and it might, arouse in us this caring or this love, or we may see something that may get some interest or even some excitement, maybe your sport team, your band, your project, your daughter, your spouse, whatever is doing something great, and you're excited about that. Or the enjoyment of, doing what you love to do. And then the joy and the satisfaction that you take from it. All those things, you get those feelings, and we just tend to let them have their way with us. And on the good side, that's fine. But we can actually take that and we can extend it out. We can extend our joy. We can choose to really feed our joy. We can choose to feed our love and to really concentrate and focus in on it and be grateful for it and really just expand it and enhance it. Conversely, the other emotions that we can feel, fear. Fear is, and then there's terror, which is like, blah. And that's definitely 2 different things. And hopefully, your fear in life is going away, and hopefully you don't get much terror at all. I tell you, I guess I've been fortunate because I haven't been terrified, and for quite some time. It's been longer than I even care to remember. The next one is anger. Again, hopefully, anger's a stranger in your life, ideally. And then from anger, we take it up to or down to, depending on which you want to look at that, to rage. And again, just to be enraged. Again, I feel very fortunate. It's been a while since I've felt myself to be in a rage. And boy, it's nice to be able to say that. So those are the next, 2 of the 5 less than good things. Then we go to sadness. And sometimes, we're saddened. There's so much. If we look if we let too much in, if we let too much of the news in, if we let too much of the hurt of other people, too much of the pain that we feel, because many of us are very sensitive to all this stuff. There's so many reasons to feel sadness. And then if we feel too much sadness and it just becomes overwhelming for maybe too long of a period, it can lead into depression. And then, what a tough place to be. And again, like initially we can feel that sadness coming on, and it's very difficult to do, but we have a choice at that point. Just say, you know what, for this sadness, whatever it is, I offer some love to it. I acknowledge it. I offer some healing to it. I offer some peace to it. But it is not mine to carry right now. I've got this care that I want to water over here. This care that I want to feed. This care I want to nurture. And if I give too much of that sadness, I'm taking from my care. I'll be taking from my love. Next, we have embarrassment. And now it's embarrassing. Like, this video, there's parts where I might stumble in my words, or I realize, well, I had a hair out of place, or whatever it might be. And then from embarrassment, it goes to shame. And shame is very heavy. Shame is actually a very, very powerful thing. And again, where do you feel either one of those two things? It's very interesting to consider how they apply to your life. And finally, we have disgust. And there's no further on disgust. You're just disgusted. I guess you can become more disgusted or less disgusted, but evidently the way it's presented, disgust just is its own little entity of a less than desirable emotion. And to feel disgusting, to feel disgusting, yes, I suppose, or to feel disgusted. And there's much in life perhaps that you can consider to be, either way. But how much do you want to feed it? How much energy do you want to give feeling disgusted? What end result, what benefit is it to you or to the object of your disgust? Nothing's really served there. So again, we have control and we have power and we have the choice to decide, do we want to invest our energy, our thought, our emotion, our everything we've got. And this is our life. Every second of it, it's our life. So do we want to be in fear? Sure, there's some stuff we need to be concerned about, but step away, kind of get yourself, relative to what's going on. Oh, I'm okay here. A little uncomfortable, but I'm okay. Take a deep breath, relax, and then think about, well, what do I care about here, And then perhaps from what do I care about, what do I love? And so if I'm giving some of my energy to this fear, then I'm not giving that energy to this love over here. And the love is really, for most of us, I think it's the ideal, it's the optimal. So that might be the way you want to go. Now, this is going to take practice. I'm not saying by any means this is easy, or maybe it's not for you. And definitely, for some of us, I know a lot of people have a lot of fears. And work your way through them and realize that they're yours. And also realize they just exist in here, okay? They really do. And you can evict them. Same thing, we have some anger, and we can let that go. Just let it go, okay? You can do it. And sadness, I know sometimes it is sad, but there's stuff to care about. There's stuff to love. In depression, that's a tough one. And there's, so much, not only how you think and you prime your mind, but actually like what you put into your body, the things you drink, the things you eat. Those things actually can throw off your internal ability to even control any of this. So that's a starting point there. But do your very best to begin to notice when you start slipping into either love or excitement or joy, and how do you want to treat that? How do you want to carry it? How do you want to build that up? Or if you set yourself kind of going into fear, anger, sadness, or embarrassment, or disgust, and then how much energy you want to give that. And it looks like we've just hit 9 minutes. I hope these have been good for you. Thank you so much for all you do. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Have a wonderful day. Till next time, take care.